right, today we are looking at Spider-Viking. He is number 69 from the Spider-Man and Venom Absolute Carnage set. Let's take a look at his three traits. He has My Kind of Allies. When establishing theme teams, characters on your starting force with the Pirate or Warrior keyword gain the Spider-Man family keyword. His second trait is really cool. It's Colossal Stamina, Steel Energy. When he KOs an opposing character and an equipment is dropped, after resolutions, he may equip it. He would unequip any current equipment to do so. Okay, but Colossal Stamina and Steel Energy together is great, and we're going to look at his dial, and that's going to be combined with Flurry on certain clicks, which is even better. Okay, and then his third trait is Call in Help from the Spider-Verse. When Spider-Viking hits an opposing character, if no character has been placed this turn, after resolutions you may roll a d6. 3 through 6, place another character with the Spider-Man family keyword adjacent. He also has one special damage power, which is Toughness. Spider-Viking takes a maximum of 1 damage from range attacks. He's going to have that on his top 3 clicks, and that gives him some protection as he moves into the battle. You'll see up here he has improved movement, hindering, and characters, which should help whenever it's teamed up with his charge. So that means that he can go past your opponent's front lines to get to a target that might be trying to be shielded off with other characters. So that's pretty cool, being able to charge through the team to get to the main target. Okay, he also has the Spider-Man team ability, which is Wild Card, and he is coming in at 60 points. Let's take a look at his dial. All right, looking at the back of his dial here, you're going to see for that 60 points, you get 6 clicks, but that, if you play him right, those 6 clicks are going to feel a lot longer than 6 clicks because of the Steel Energy and the protection up front against the damage from range attacks. He just takes a maximum of 1 if somebody's trying to shoot him. Okay, he has on his top click Charge, Quake, the Special Defense Power, and Exploit Weakness. Quake and Exploit are both close actions, so you cannot combine them together. So you cannot charge Quake, Exploit, but you could charge Quake if you wanted to, or you could charge Exploit. So depending on the formation of your opponent, that gives you 2 good options. Charge in and exploit a single target. Charge in and Quake multiple targets. Or if you want some kind of knockback, depending on what kind of power set your opponent has, you could charge in single target Quake to take advantage of the knockback that Quake gives. All right, but then he moves on to Battle Fury on the rest of his clicks. So the way I play him with the 0 range, you have a lot of options at this point value. You have a lot of team builds where you can either add some TK here, or you can carry him on his top click to move him closer where he can follow up with the charge on the second turn. But remember, once he gets on click 2, then you can't carry him anymore since he has Battle Fury. Okay, on clicks 2, 3, and 4, he's going to have Flurry Blades with the traded Steel Energy and the Colossal Stamina. So the way that works is Colossal Stamina allows you to keep taking actions even if you have 2 tokens. You don't remove your tokens, but you do take 1 damage afterwards, 1 unavoidable after resolutions. Steel Energy allows you to heal 1 click if you damage an opponent during a close attack. That's also after resolutions. So if you charge in and do your attacks, now you're based up with an opponent. If it took you 2 tokens to get there, on the next turn, you can still attack him again with that 11-4, and then he would take the unavoidable damage to get on to click 2. If you don't take any more damage from then the next turn, even though you have 2 tokens, you could Flurry Blades. That gives you 2 chances to hit. And then if you hit, if you hit just one of them, you could heal up 1 and then take your 1 unavoidable to remain on click number 2. If you hit with both of those attacks, you could take your 1 unavoidable damage, then you could heal your 2 steel energies to get back up on the top click, depending on how you needed to do that. So Spider-Viking is one that you would get in close, don't worry about the tokens, and keep hitting. On any of these clicks, if you hit and damage, then you can steal energy to offset the Colossal Stamina. Even on that last click, if you have 2 tokens and you hit with that 11, you could steal energy to go up to click number 5, and then take your Colossal Stamina to go down to click number 6 again. Okay, so he's just like a Viking. He's going to get in there and do all kinds of damage and just keep attacking. For 60 points, you can get a lot of attacks and damage out of this character, and that's without taking into account any kind of equipment that you could put on him. When you have somebody that has steel energy, I like to make sure that their attack value, also with Flurry, that their attack value is high. So traded steel energy, he has his built-in healing. You want to make sure that those attacks hit, or that you get additional attacks. So things like Waldo arms that give you a chance to increase values, or to get a free close attack that would also trigger steel energy. I like that on him. Things like the power gem that give you an increase, or the ability to do like close combat expert to bump up the attack value, make sure that you hit. Things like that work well on Spider-Viking. All right, we're going to take a quick look at him in action so you can see how far he reaches and how you would use him to do this on the battlefield. Okay, let's take a quick look at this type of setup. So we have Spider-Viking over here, and he's going against Wizard, which is 5 squares away over there. Okay, Spider-Viking can charge in, and this can give you an idea of how you could use Exploit or Quake depending on the setup. So on this setup, he can charge in 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, to move over here. Now Wizard is a couple squares away from this rim of elevation. So Spider-Viking could just exploit to deal him 4 damage. Wizard starts with Toughness, so he could take 4 straight past that Toughness, or he could charge in Quake, dealing him 4 damage. Wizard would reduce 1, take in 3, and then he would knock back 1, 2, and then take 2 damage when he falls off of there. Okay, looking at Wizard's dial, what that would do is, since he has Toughness on click 1, he doesn't have anything that prevents knockback. If we dealt him the 4 from Exploit, it would put him on click 2, 3, 4, 5. So he would end here on click 5. If you dealt him the 4 with the single target Quake, he would reduce 1. He would take 1, 2, 3. Then the knockback would occur. He has no reducer on this click. So as he fell off the elevation, he would take 2 more damage to put him on his last click. So depending on the map situation and the character dial, it could be to your advantage to do either one. So it just depends. Sometimes you want to do the exploit, especially if they have reducers here. Or if you know that once you hit them and that knockback's going to happen, they have nothing to reduce it, then you can maybe get a extra click of damage out of it that way. If they don't have any reducers at all on their dial, then you can get an extra 2 clicks if you can knock them off of elevation than just your base damage. Okay, let's take a look at another setup here. Okay, let's take a look at this type of setup. So we have Spider-Viking here, and we've teamed him up with Super Skrull. As you see, Super Skrull also has the Warrior keyword, so they can become a Spider-Man family theme team. Super Skrull has where you can pick one of these Fantastic Fours to pick up some different powers and abilities. So I want to show what this type of reach is. I like pairing up Spider-Viking with somebody that flies or TK to use it as the taxi for Spider-Viking to get him in there a little bit quicker. He does have a 10 movement on his own, so he can move pretty far and then charge the second turn, depending on how far away your opponent is. On this scenario, we got Wizard way over there on the other side of the map. So with Super Scroll, we can choose Invisible Woman, which gives him sidestep, and Barrier is free, but with just one marker. We can use Super Scroll to carry Viking. We can fly over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can get all the way over to there. Bring in Spider-Viking with us. Then Super Scroll can sidestep carrying Viking again for 2 more. And we can put Viking behind, in front, wherever we want. For this one, we can put him next to here. Then you could throw out some blocking terrain for your barrier. So you could put a square block in there. You could put it here. Any square that he can see to that's clear. So you can kind of shield up your figure. Okay, on that next turn then, Spider-Viking could charge 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Charge in on Wizard. And then Super Scroll can also choose the thing which gives him charge, or he could choose run-in shot. And then if he had Sue Storm, he can charge in there and then pull Viking out if he needed to. Or he can charge in there and just go to work on the main attacker. Wizard doesn't have a long dial, but if this was like a big figure, tent pole type of figure, then you can just base up there and get to work with Spider-Viking. Okay, now, another thing to look at on Spider-Viking is, let's take a look at this type of setup. So if Super Scroll and Wizard were on the same team, and you had Spider-Viking here, and this type of setup, since Spider-Viking might want to charge in to this main attacker, and your opponent is using Wizard to kind of block out the stairs here, Spider-Viking does have the improved movement characters. So from where he's at, he can charge right past Wizard to get to the main attacker. So that's pretty cool that he can get behind that front line to then land your attacks on the main person. Okay. This type of setup would be great when you get Spider-Viking next to multiples, because then his flurry, if he flurries into Wizard and gets rid of him on the first flurry, then you have a target for your second flurry. And remember, he can heal if he hits 1 or 2 times, depending on how that flurry works out. All right, that's our quick look at Spider-Viking today. I think he's one of the fun chases out of this set, and maybe a little bit overlooked at first. But I played him a few times now, and he really hits harder than his 60-point value. So you're getting a lot of damage and attacks out of this 60-point figure. All right, let me know what you think down in the comments below. Thanks for watching today.
Check it out. If you dig what we do, go ahead and like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.